Dude, I haven't seen Ratatouille, but
so the
I
book,
should watch it.
The book
Yeah.
is, I think everyone can cook. I think is the thing, because you were saying everyone
is creative.
is creative. So I think like the whole point was like everyone can cook.
Dude, maybe my
That's
whole
the book.
life is Ratatouille, and I haven't even seen the movie.
I'm very surprised you haven't.
It is what it is.
To be honest with you, but yeah. So do I think that everyone's creative? I don't even feel apt to respond.
To begin
I
with,
don't even,
you don't feel creative.
correct.
So how can you label everybody?
Right. Clearly, no.
Clearly, if you're not creative,
Right.
dang, that's a huge thing because that I fight with.
Okay.
Because going back to the cooking, right? It's like there's someone who cook. There's different levels of cooking, right? There's like someone you're doing fast food, you're just putting a system, grilling the tacos and you're done. Or there's chefs who really get creative. So people would go to say, like, oh, there's different levels in everything. So maybe there's different levels in like music and arts and tech that is like, it's not creative. It's just technical.
Right. Because like, for example, I can tell you when I played the bass in school, I was not being creative. I was performing something that somebody else wrote, and I was just following directions.
I fully shut down there. I shut down because it's true, but it breaks not my heart, but it breaks the spirit of like, wait, is it true? Like if you just play the music that someone wrote, you're not creative.
No,
you're really just. But if obviously there's elements of like you can write your music and still play,
correct, like
in a band that plays covers or whatever, and be creative because you do multiple. But yeah, like what's the limit of creativity? And just the fact, and I'm still now gonna get over like the fact that you don't consider yourself creative when you work and you've done since you're 12 years old, like creative
endeavors.
No,
and I think like I've since us having these conversations, I've considered it a lot more, and I think I'm open to the idea
of you becoming a creative.
Of me being creative. And it's like, what do you like? Where do we draw the line? Can I create stuff? Have I created stuff? Yes. So
so maybe that's the line. So like if you have created, you're creative.
Then if that's the case, then yes. But again, like my mind goes immediately to you and to Britt, who I know to be creatives.
Right.
And these are just people who exist to create is what my interpretation of it is.
Right. Yeah, and it's true because we literally just talked about it today. And I think that today you came in and you would tell her, you guys were talking about to me this whole week about like, hey, this is how you can better the system. And it's like you never touched on what I'm asking, what I'm doing, my thought of and the people that I'm choosing. It's just like, hey, technically, like, let's get these cables, let's get the microphone here.
And so I guess if we're going into that, like I could get into those conversations with you.
Mm-hmm. Into what conversations?
Like
technical?
Oh, let's talk about your content.
Creative.
Whatever.
You could, yeah, definitely.
And like I'm not saying that I have the again, disclaimers.
Yeah.
Right. So the disclaimer is I'm not the authority on anything.
Of course.
Right. I'm not.
None of us.
Like this is not.
It's opinions.
100%.
Or knowledge sharing. Yeah.
Not even that. I'm just saying like this is
your take on.
Yeah. This is my take on.
Yeah. Whatever. Actually, yeah. Because you did have an opinion or a take on the content. You're like, oh, this is not what I feel the audience is trying to listen to, and this is what I feel the audience is trying to take away. So yeah, there's a commentary.
Speaking about myself, like
there's a commentary on content as well.
Yeah, like nobody wants to hear this 3-hour story I just told about my life from age 12 to 20.
I'm sure there's a lot of people who want to. Yeah,
I would imagine. Yeah, not because of you,
right?
But because of me. Like I don't think anyone's interested.
Yeah,
I'm sure. Like,
well, you know what?
Sam better watch this.
Sam has to watch this, dude. Because he's been loyal.
Right, yeah.
I was going to tell you earlier, and I didn't tell you. So I found him in a parking lot.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
Like last month. And I'm literally, like this.
You found him in a parking lot. Sounds like it's like a lost wallet.
Like a lost wallet? No, it was an exchange. No.
Okay.
I'm walking in a parking lot to this store, and I'll tell you which one it was right now. And then I hear, Paco. I'm like, oh, it was late. It was dark, right?
Right.
Now, look, I'm trying to figure out Sam coming out of the gym.
Of course.
And as I'm walking in to buy in some tejuino and tejuino and churritos, I'm like, this fully defines people.
I was not expecting that, but
yes, but yeah, he's a gym guy.
Really funny.
But
Tacumbo is where you were.
Damn. Yes, because you know where his gym is at, or why? Oh, because that's the only place with good tejuino.
I mean,
Right.
I just put the math. I just did the math. I don't know where his gym is, but I know there's a gym
next to the Tacoma. I didn't know. I just found out.
Right.
He invited me, but I'm not gonna go. I'm sorry.
As you're like eating the thing. I'm a little busy right now.
Somewhere else. Okay, so let's move into you moving forward.
Okay, so we've gone.
We're not gonna establish what's creative or not, but I really love that conversation.
Okay.
I love the conversation, and I think that's always gonna be something that I go back to you. And kind of like pick your brain on it.
Right.
Because it's true. Like sometimes, now I'm not second guessing my entire life at all.
Right.
But I'm like, wait, am I a musician? Like I can.
And here's the thing, like I hold nobody else.
Am I an illustrator? Like I haven't drawn. Like now I
hold nobody else to this
standard.
I wouldn't even call it a standard, but whatever this is, I hold nobody else. Like if you consider yourself that,
right?
Cool.
Yeah. You're not establishing on people.
Right. I'm not the authority. I'm like you're this. You're not that. I don't know.
They are. Yeah.
But
you feel, even though you play like 6-7 instruments, you can record.
I've named
music.
4.
You've named 4, but you know more.
No, I think that's it. Right.
Okay. I don't know.
I think I could.
I'm sure you could.
Like I think like I have that.
I think you are, and I always compared you to my brother a lot. I'm sorry. In the arts of magic. No, I'm kidding. Do you know about magic? Okay. In the arts of magic. He's not gonna watch this anyway.
Right.
I compared you to my brother in the fact that there's 2 people, just like you said, there's 2 people that you consider creatives. There's 2 people in my known world. I know there's more.
Right.
In my known world that I consider like prodigies. And I probably haven't told you.
No.
But like it's you and my brother. And my prodigy, maybe there's a different meaning to the word that I give to.
Yeah, because that sounds heavy.
It's heavy because you're the 2 people that you put anything in front of you, you'll do it. You'll figure it out and do it well. And then at one point you'll be better than, And I know there's a lot that and I think I always want to have like a more conversation with people, but kind of to wrap it up, there was a thought that I wanted you to share, and in getting to work in what you're doing, that you do a lot of things, but you're specifically leaning now in a branch. Like, how do you feel about like people who have to feel like they have to niche into like one art? Because we talked about doing multiple,
right?
And you're focused right now in one, but do you feel like like it is, because on the internet, and I think I'm trying to gather my thoughts into that scenario on the internet, and now with like TikTok and all these creators, the common narrative that I keep hearing is like, oh, find your niche and do that. And like I've never liked that, but how do you feel about that? Like as a person who does multiple.
This is
it's a broad question,
big question, because what are you after would be my question. So if this is the TikTok thing of like you're gonna be this XYZ thing, and you got to find your niche, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
In real life, I don't think that's necessary.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That could be something that works for somebody, but I don't think that's a like necessary thing to check off the list. Like find your niche. That's not worked for me. I can't even commit to a thing.
Right.
Yeah. So like,
yeah.
and again, not the authority on anything. I'm not anybody that anybody should model their life after or whatever. But whatever I have or haven't done or whatever has not been in that way.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not been like find your niche.
Like this is the one thing that I'm
because
Yeah.
And I don't think that's the case. Like
right.
You know me for being a robot.
Yeah.
No. Taylor might know me for being a jerk. I don't know.
Does he think you're a bad boss?
I don't know.
Yeah.
To be determined.
There's reviews, no? Does he
review you? No, it goes the other way.
Oh, you review him always.
Right.
Yeah. So okay, so
this is like rate my professor. You know what I mean?
Right.
5 stars only.
Yeah. How did we do today?
Yeah.
Shitty.
No, and I don't know. I can't. Obviously, I'm biased, so I'm going to say I'm the best boss, and I'm the best dad, and I'm the best ping pong player.
Right.
Yeah. World's best boss.
Yeah.
Tennis, whatever. Yeah. No, obviously not.
Right.
Obviously not. But I'm doing my best.
You're doing good.
I'm not going to say that I'm doing good. I'm going to say that I'm putting in effort to be
and you proficient. Know what? To be proficient. Damn. That's the robotic thing that I mean, you know? You're like, you can even articulate, you can, but it doesn't naturally come to you to be so like, hey, heck yeah, dude, I'm killing it.
No.
You'll never say that. When you're a director of what are we event?
But what are we measuring against? Like
we're not.
What does that mean to you? Nothing. I'm a director of whatever. That means nothing to you. You know what I mean?
How like when if you go on a sidewalk and someone's like, oh, dude, you're killing it. You're like, oh, well, hold up. I'm not. It's like, bro, like to the normal self people, like, and be like, hell yeah, I'm killing it.
Yeah.
I mean, not in a cocky way, not in a thing, but you'll always 100% will process it in that term, like, oh, well, hold up, like, are you measuring me versus this is not the company or
right? What are we talking about here?
Yeah, just you're killing
again.
it.
What's the real question? Like, I don't know. And if you tell me something like that, I feel uncomfortable.
If you tell you something like, oh, you're good.
Yeah, I'm like let's.
Like when I say your project, you're like, oh,
it's heavy. You know, my mouth got dry.
Cut
and I'm
it.
just like, hold on, yeah.
Taylor,
cut that.
I never even give you no water today.
Yeah.
Hey.
No, like it's. I don't know what it is.
Right.
I don't know what it is. It's, but I have like a hard time. Accepting. Any sort of like praise or whatever, because now that I'm like saying it out loud, I think I'm just like, I'm always trying to improve.
Right.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
A process, myself, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, I'm in this process of whatever, improving whatever. Dude, becoming a dad changed my personality a whole lot, you know? There's like a lot of things that go into that, but I'm always trying to like, so I don't think I could ever be like, I'm good.
I'm the guy.
I don't accept it because I'm not.
What about what I just keep adding and adding.
Yeah.
What about if someone is like, hey, they see you in the street. Hey, you're Alex, the guy? Yeah, like, hey, they told me you're the guy to record my band. I'm like, oh, well, I'm not the guy.
I could be a guy.
You're not
to
the
record.
Guy. They told me you're the guy in San Diego. Like, you're it. No, to run my event, you're the guy.
I could be a guy.
Like, you're never gonna take the whole like, yes, like, because you know how, like you said earlier, like when people hustle for business, like freelancers. They're like, oh,
I'm the answer.
I'm the guy.
I'm just like, again, it's the black and white thing.
Yeah.
Am I actually the guy? No.
I think so. I think you're more the guy than I'm the guy for my craft, you know?
I just, it's hard to say, like, it's hard for me to speak in absolutes.
Right.
So for me to say I'm the guy,
it's very absolute.
That's the absolute.
Maybe for that transaction, you're the guy. Who knows?
I mean...
Hey, and you're still got your business though. I mean, not your business, but you're still doing good with that mentality. So
I mean, I'm doing stuff.
You're a guy.
You know, I'm a guy for sure. I'm doing things.
You're a guy doing stuff.
And like I said, I am genuinely putting an effort to be proficient or be, you know, whatever. That's all.
I think that's gonna be the title.
What more can we?
I think that's gonna be the title.
What more can we
episode.
ask for? You know what I mean?
I'm. What is it? I'm doing my I'm putting an effort. To be proficient.
But that's not even. I don't even think that's accurate. Like proficiency is not even the thing.
That's not so.
I don't know. I'm just all over the place right now. But like, disclaimer again. I'm all over the place.
Disclaimer.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, what I'm saying is like in these things, like at my job, I'm putting an effort.
Right.
As a father, I'm putting an effort.
As a friend.
Like as a friend.
You mildly put efforts. I don't think you.
No, here's the thing. That's another.
That's exaggeration.
That's a no. I think that's fair.
Oh, it's fair. Yeah.
We saw each other like
transactional.
Yeah, exactly.
I've borrowed things from you and returned them. Yeah.
Like I think, I definitely put an effort into being a friend.
Yeah.
At my capacity.
Right. Which is pretty good.
So my goal, and in general, not just being a friend or whatever. I don't want to overpromise on anything. Right. I don't want to tell you I'm going to be there and I'm not going to be there.
Yeah.
I'd rather just tell you. Nah.
And you know what? I think if there's a takeaway, just to fully really close it, because
sorry.
This could just go not for you. Like I keep asking because it's interesting. You know, like just to fully close it, like you have always been. That was Mexican. You have always been. How can I say it? Been. I'm not gonna say it right. You've always been consistent, regardless of you growing as a person, as a father, as a in your jobs, as a friend. You know, as a person as a mutual. Human that we know each other.
Mutual human. I like that.
Mutual human. You've been consistent in that. You know, like even when we talked about you coming in here today, or when we've asked you like, hey, can you help me with the music, you know, and or can you help me, you know, like with the church or whatever it has been. You've always been consistent as like, hey, well, let me get very specific details about it. And then you were very like, oh, wait, that sounded good until that now it sounds like a commitment. Like now you're trying to do like more than one song, you know? You're trying to do a thing. So it's like, wait, let me pull back. And it's like, you know what? It's cool. It's refreshing because, again, you know, I think I'm quite the opposite. I'm like, yeah, heck yeah, let's do it. When? I don't know.
Because I think the thing, I don't want to keep making this longer for you, but I think the thing, part of it is like, I think you get excited about stuff. Like stuff sounds cool. Yeah. Like, yeah, let's do that thing. Right. I don't have that.
You don't have excitement.
I don't want to say that because that sounds like
kind of true.
But that's kind of true. Yeah. Like I don't get excited about stuff. Like I gotta like, all right,
you're like, wait, what's the catch?
What are we doing?
Yeah.
And it's not that there's a catch necessarily, but there could be a catch. Yeah. But I just want to know what's the real question. What do we need to do? Like what's the real question? Like my thing is like, what's the problem? Not that everything's a problem, but like that's how my mind is like, what's the problem? Let's solve the problem. Right. That's how my mind works. So it's very transactional.
And if the problem to solve becomes a problem to you, you're like, I'm out.
Right. You solve it yourself.
Like recording more than one song.
No, it's not. It's like recording more than one song. Like it's not about the song. It's like, how much of a commitment is this? How much time do I have? How much time do I have to commit to this thing?
What are you trying to do just for you, or are you actually trying to do a thing? Because then it's going to be a different level of expertise and commitment.
Exactly. So like, how much effort do I have to put in? What equipment am I going to use? How much time do we have? Where are we going to do this thing? Are you going to play everything? Am I playing music or am I just recording it? Like it's, you know, all these things have to go because I'm like
giving your input about how it sounds, or am I just like,
right. Am I just hitting record? I'm like doing the thing. Yeah. Like what's the expectation? I think it's managing expectations more than anything.
Well, that's a lot to process when you're talking to people.
Like like me talking to you?
Yeah. Like the way you process things. And I'm an overthinker.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I am. But you're a logical overthinker. I would
Perhaps. Say. No, I think that's fair.
You're not an overthinker, like in.
No, I think I am.
You are,
but I think in like like being prepared and like being like, what are the logistics? What's it going to take? What kind of resources? What kind of time? What kind of whatever to get this prepared? Like for example, I'm sorry, I keep
keep
going so long on this. But like for example,
as Taylor's doing his thing,
all the questions that I asked you about today.
Yes,
right.
I was about to bring that up too.
So. All those questions that I've asked you are so that I can prepare. So when we get here,
this doesn't happen.
Something like that.
And I was about to say that. It's like, and the way that our minds work differently is you literally gave me a full list. We prepared. And I was like, dude, heck yeah. Like you told me we needed 2 cables. I'm like, got them. In like 2 minutes, I had them already. I bought them. I purchased them. They got delivered and I forgot them.
Right.
And I forgot them. You know, not because... And I don't know.
Here's the other differing whatever. I would have gone to get him because at this point I'm like, I'm committed.
It's almost here.
I'm committed to do the thing that we were gonna do.
You would have gone to get him? What do you mean?
Like if I forgot him, I'm gonna go get him because we're doing the thing that I said we're gonna do.
No, and you know what? Yeah, I would say.
I'm not saying that you should have.
No, for sure. No, and I'm not trying to defend it. Me too, but I realized that I didn't have them way too far into the setup that I was like, no, I'm not gonna waste no one's time. Like I'm gonna do
that's fair. And I think you know we're fine. Yeah. But I think also like part of it is that I think like I want to know everything that I'm going into, so then I can I want to control everything that I can control always. Like that's just in my default. Yeah. So if something goes different
sideways,
than the plan,
it's not on you.
Not only is it not on me, but now because I've planned all this stuff, then I have room to improvise.
Yeah. Because you even got another cable.
Because I got another cable.
Damn. Well, that's the difference between creative and logical.
Strategic. Well, according to you, I'm
robotic.
Creative.
You're a robot. Did you know that? You know that you're more robotic.
I'm a robot?
Robotic.
No, for sure. It's just goofy to say that. I'm a robot.
Yeah.
It's like, but it flirts with the idea that I think I'm interesting in some way, or I'm different. I'm just different. Like no thanks.
No, but I mean, it goes back to the whole like people would be like proud to say, hey, This is my thing. I'm different. You know, like I see things.
That's
but you would
no
never.
thanks.
You would never.
Like I don't want to draw attention to that because then it's a conversation
about you, or in general conversation.
Both.
Dang.
You know?
Yes, I get you.
But yeah, like no, the robot thing's like a thing.
It's a thing.
You know, like I've gotten that before, and like I get, and it's not like I don't wear it on my sleeve like robot, you know, but like
it's robotic.
But there are certain things that are like very, and I'm not gonna say robotic because that sounds whatever, but it's very like it's black or white, it's ones and zeros, it's all that stuff. It's all of that, you know, combines into the same thing. Right. I think for me, it's just my default. It's easy for me.
Yeah, that's your natural.
Easy.
And I think overall, if we land on a thing, I don't know, we can always ever or agree on things, which is cool about us. You know, like I don't think we agree on a lot of things, and we have a really great friendship and you know, collaborative whatever. Like you get to be very different, you know, than your team. You get to have people who are very logical, people who are very creative, more emotional, less emotional, and still be able to have the same conversation, you know, and have that progress and have a product that both of us are gonna enjoy. Right. You know, I think you've been asking the same question like throughout today, and it's like, yeah, dude, it's like heck yeah. Like I think we have different ideas of what this could be, but I think overall we're both gonna enjoy it.
I mean, here's the thing: like this is your thing, so I'm not.
It's our thing today.
Doesn't matter what
you think
or you know whatever.
Your logo's gonna be here.
Disclaimer. The thoughts of me are mine only. They don't represent the creatives workshop and.
Hey, that's a good disclaimer. Right? Yeah. Whatever story about tennis happened, that's his story. Right. Well, thank you, Alex. I think we have we covered a lot, and there's a lot more. I think I didn't cover a lot of things that I wanted to ask.
I'm sorry.
No, not on you. I was like our conversation was really interesting. Is someone behind me?
Yeah.
Like right now? That's a great way to end it.
Sounds good.
All right, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you. Cut. Like.